What on God's earth? What was that? This E3 had to have been one of the worst E3s I've seen in a long time. Now, here's the thing, right? I can look at things for what they are. Yes, this E3 was absolutely horrendous, but, you know, understandably so. I think what we're seeing here with this E3 2021 is the effects of COVID. Now, what I mean by that is a decent amount of games came out last year, right? We had Final Fantasy VII Remake, you have Ghost of Tsushima, and then you have other games that I didn't really care about, but other people cared about that came out last year, and people were cool with. You know, there was the Fall Guys craze, the Among Us craze, there was stuff out there. But I think when a lot of these developers and everybody that was working on games behind the scenes, like every studio, literally anyone, Bandai, like Ubisoft, all the ones you can name off the top of your head, were, you know, they had to have a lot of change of plans. They couldn't interact, they couldn't be in office with each other, they had to work from home. That pushed back a lot of things. So, you know, understandably so, not a lot of companies had a lot to show because they're going to be working all on it in 2021. A lot of studios are pretty much quiet for the most part of 2021, and it's kind of sad to see, because not only am I suffering from the gaming side, I'm also suffering from the anime side, because we had some good ass stuff at the beginning of the year. Like, it was hitters after hitters. We got JJK, Attack on Titan, ReZero, and then it went dry, and now we're feeling the effects of COVID again. And luckily, you know, me trying to think as optimistic as possible, I'm like, okay, you know, it's fine, right? 2022 will be loaded, right? But when it comes to anime, we're gonna have Demon Slayer, we're gonna have JoJo, we're gonna have Attack on Titan, we're gonna have I'm forgetting some series. JJK is gonna be back, My Hero is gonna be potentially back, ReZero, I feel like it's too early for ReZero. You get my point. There's a lot coming out, and when it comes to gaming, there's a lot in the Revolver that they're loading up, you know? Like, just for example, like, majority of these E3 announcements was what? Elden Ring, you got Breath of the Wild 2, you got I'm forgetting some of the names, but like, there's a lot of games that are all, like, you know, being left up to 2022. But we need to discuss, you know, I ranted on about how horrible and the reasons why this E3 ends up being horrible. Let's just go over a little bit of why this E3 is horrendous, okay? Let's start with Ubisoft. They showed a couple of cool games here and there, but I am interested in absolute nothing that they brought to the table. Like, maybe Extinction, but like, I talked to my friends and everyone's like, bro, we don't care. So I'm like, okay, so there's no point in getting Extinction, because like, if that is a co-op based game and if none of my homies want to get it, there's nothing. So there's absolutely nothing. So you throw Ubisoft out the window. Nothing with Ubisoft. Then you have Bandai Namco. I have never seen a studio be so, like, they lack so much self-awareness. What was that? Who wanted to see that? I'm just thinking, like, was this a PR move? Are they trying to, like, cater to, like, all the people that are, like, you know, they're investors and stuff like that? Because that's the only thing I could possibly think of, because I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, because we as fans have made it about us. They're like, oh, E3 is the event for games, but like, if we look at the very, like, crisp of it, like how this all started was for these, like, developers to get investors and journalists and everybody to promote their stuff. Not really much about us, and it became more about us as time moved on, and then investors are kind of like, everybody kind of moved away from E3. PlayStation's kind of gone away, Nintendo's gone away for 3 years, they came back this year. Everyone's like kind of like dipped, right? Now let's move on to, like, again, Bandai, absolutely horrendous from a fan perspective. Like, what was that? They sat on a game for 20 minutes. What was it called? House? I don't even want to care. They just drilled it into my brain. I've erased it from memory. I don't want to talk about it. Second conference, Square Enix. I want to be upset at you, but I'm just disappointed. Out of anyone, I was the most excited for you, and you just sat there and gave me 20 to 25 minutes of Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that movie. I love Star-Lord. I love Gamora. I love Groot and Rocket and all of them. Gamora. I said Gamora. But what? No. I'm good. Full price. I'm maybe 15, 20 bucks on a good day. I might purchase that game. But you got me messed up if you think I'm paying $60 full price for a game. And then I'm like, you know what? Fine. Half the conference is gone. We're fine. We're fine. We're chilling. You know, we're gonna see some Final Fantasy, and that will be the end of it, and we'll be chilling. Oh my god. Stop! No way. This might quite literally be one of the worst conferences I've seen ever, if this is it.
Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following...
Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents.
Oh my
Matt
god.
Mercer. See you next time.
Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. Okay. Okay, that's cool. That kind of cool. I guess I'll peep it if it looks cool. I've always thought, like, I want to try out the old Final Fantasy games. That's not bad. Okay. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy. What is... I can't win this E3. Why do my guys look like they just walked out of H&M? I should be looking like that, not my Final Fantasy characters. Why do they look like they just fought fresh out of the freaking wardrobe? The price tag might be still attached to their back, but the camera angle didn't catch that. They got... It looks like a late PS3, early PS4 game at that. It's like, okay, even if they're looking like H&M models, at least, at the very least, it looks great, right? No! It looks like it's 10 years behind the times. Oh my god, like, I hope it plays fantastic. Like, I'm still gonna try, because I'm a Final Fantasy tart at this point, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake, like, it pulled me in. I was like, yo, Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, great stuff. You're doing great stuff for your Square Enix. And then I peeped Final Fantasy 14. I was like, you know, I've always wanted to get into MMO, and I'm into Final Fantasy right now. Great stuff. You pulled me in. I'm in the second expansion. I'm trying to catch up to all that stuff. Great stuff. I'm like, great, 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 great. Final Fantasy 16 looks good. They're going to show us that. Nothing. Okay, fine. Final Fantasy Origin will look cool, right? No, nothing. I mean, we got something, but it was like... I'm going to be all over the place, okay? So now let's move on from Square Enix. I'm tired of them. Okay, we talked about Bandai. Okay. Here's one, I'm like, okay, and it wasn't great, but it was acceptable, which was the Xbox and Bethesda conference, right? We had Starfield, we had Halo Infinite, and we have Forza Horizon 5. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the only one I truly care about is Starfield. I'm a huge Bethesda tard. You know, I shouldn't say that. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. I'm not really big on the Fallout stuff. I'm not into like post-apocalyptic stuff, but Elder Scrolls sign me up. Elder Scrolls 6, when is that? I'm in. Starfield, I love space, right? I'm into that. Give me some more. Where is that? We don't really get much, but it's cool. Okay, whenever that comes out. Forza Horizon 5. I'm not huge into racing games, but I'll peep it. You know who the real winner of Xbox? Dude, I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. I'm gonna pull it up for myself too, because I don't have that shit memorized. Look at this. Yo, if anything is like the best thing to ever come, I'm not even kidding. I'm being so dead ass. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I think this is the biggest thing to come out of the Xbox conference, or out of E3, period. Do you guys see this roster? $10 a month. There's a 3-month free trial going on right now as I'm uploading this. You can get all of this for $10 a month. You talk about available today. The highlight of this is, if you haven't played it, Wolfenstein 2, great game, go play it. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I love the Yakuza series. I'm only on Yakuza 2. I'm 3 games in. I'm gonna get to the Yakuza Like a Dragon. I've installed it already. Whenever I can get to it, I want to go in order. Play this year. We got Hades, which is people consider like an absolute phenomenal game. I don't know much about it yet, but I want to peep it. Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite, the games that are coming out this year that are the big blockbuster hits for Xbox, for $10 a month. That's already a steal. And then you look at the games in the future. Outer Worlds 2, I just started playing Outer Worlds 1. I don't have an opinion on yet, but that also, the first game is on it, so I'm checking it out. Starfield is on it, the game that I just wanted to look forward to so much. $10 a month. I'm chilling. Like, this shit is fire. And then we move on, and there's like a couple other games that people were kind of looking forward to. You have us Redfall. A couple of my friends were talking about it. I was like, I'll check it out. And I can't read some of these names. There was like a couple of JRPGs they were showing that seemed dope as well, that looked like they were Octopath Traveler inspired. Now let's move on to Nintendo. Now, so for those of you that may not know me, I'll be like the first to admit, I've only got into, like, truly got into Nintendo this generation. I know I'm late as hell. I'm late as shit. But like, blame my parents, blame my friends or something. No one was putting me on Nintendo. It was all like, yo, get on Xbox, get on PlayStation, get on PC. No one was telling me to get on Nintendo. Yo, let's play Pokemon. Let's play Mario. Because these are all heat. I'm catching up now. I'm catching up, guys. Give me some time. I played Pokemon Fire Red. Absolutely loved it. Like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 game for me. Soul Silver I couldn't get working, but we'll figure that out. I'm trying to move through the Pokemon generations. I'm gonna get Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake or Brilliant Diamond. Gonna play that Pokemon RCS. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy Pokemon. Then we started, and then I got Mario Odyssey. Absolutely loved it. Truly one of the best platformers. And the only thing I wish for Mario Odyssey was like, man, I wish I had a little bit more. I heard there's rumors that the studio's working on like a 3D Donkey Kong game that I wanted to see. Nothing, right? I heard Mario Kart 9 rumors. Nothing. None of that. I was like, okay. So here's the thing, right? Now this is where I feel like a lot of people are not gonna like what I have to say. I've played Breath of the Wild and I've given it many chances, but it's just not for me. I have nothing to really truly criticize it. Behind the scenes I've talked shit about it with my friends, but that's what you do, right? You slander shit and you get on your homies' nerves and we talk shit to each other. But if I'm being truthful and objective as possible with this, there's nothing awful about like Breath of the Wild. If I could give one glaring issue that is a problem for me, it's not a glaring issue, but it's just like something that's a pet peeve of mine is like, I know a lot of there's like a huge controversy. A lot of people talk about it is the weapons breaking, man. Like just even if the weapons break in this next game, make it so that people can repair them, please. But other than that, I'm just not a fan of Breath of the Wild. But I will say, because people have told me that the previous games are a lot linear. It's like they could have given me like a 3D All-Stars like Mario and like, you know, what is it called? Like a Zelda trilogy, man. Give me Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, like Twilight Princess. I know Skyward Sword's coming. I'm gonna borrow that from a friend. But like, I want to play these games. I want to catch up. I want to understand. I want to catch up on the Nintendo lore and get invested into these game franchises like Zelda and Mario and all this stuff. But like, they're not giving me, like, give me this. I'll give you money. I'll throw money on your old games, but you ain't giving me it, you know? And it was just frustrating. And then don't get me wrong, as much as like Nintendo Conference was not for me, it didn't go without its hitters. So I'm happy for y'all, everyone who was excited for it. You know, you guys got Metroid 5, looks fun. I might try it. You got Shin Megami Tensei 5. I heard it's like harder than Persona, so I'm probably good because I'm gonna whip my controller into the monitor because truthfully, so Persona 5 was my first ever JRPG and I got my ass handed to me in that. I wasn't the greatest at it. I'm growing on these JRPGs. I've slowly gone into the Trail series. Shout out to the Trail series. I finished the first game. You know, I'm slowly like Yakuza. I'm getting into JRPGs. But like, I feel like Shin Megami Tensei 5 is not going to be a good time for me. I'm going to get my ass handed to me. And then obviously, as I was talking about earlier with Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2. That is the holy grail to most people. That's what saved E3. That's what everyone was waiting for. It got confirmation. It's coming 2022. And I'm happy for y'all. Truthfully, I'm happy for y'all. That's what you guys wanted. Unfortunately, you know, I couldn't get invested in Breath of the Wild, but it is what it is. You know, I don't hate the game. It just wasn't for me. But Nintendo, your old Zelda games, they're just sitting there. A lot of people came to Nintendo just like me for the first time with the Switch. Was willing to give your stuff a chance. Let me give it a chance. You play your older games. I would love to. Okay, that was pretty much it. Now, to bring this whole video together, why E3 was awful. I want to just think about, if you've watched E3 for a while, man, like take it back to the 2013, 2014, 2015 days of like E3, man. It was just hitters after hitters. Like the conversation was less who had the worst conference, right? It was who had the best conference. Because every studio, no matter what, every conference, nearly every conference always had at least 2 or 3 bangers. At the very minimum, one. Nintendo, Square Enix, Ubisoft, like I think Bethesda, when they did their stuff, like Xbox, PlayStation, everybody was, even Bandai, man, like everybody had some announcements to make. And it just sucks because this E3 was absolutely horrendous in my opinion. You know, there was a few exceptions, but it was absolutely horrendous. And it's the unfortunate reality because of COVID. It screwed me over, man. It was so much content. You know, it screwed a lot of people over. But for me, as a content creator, I lost a lot of anime, got away from 2022, lost a lot of gaming, coming into 2022. But with all that said, with all this said, if you've made it this far in the video, I just want you to hear me out. As I'm uploading this video, I'm finally coming back. I took like a 3-week hiatus. I was catching up on some games, but truthfully so, I was kind of slacking because I was hanging out with my friends on Discord, and every single time I would get around to like 9 p.m. when I usually stream, 9 p.m. Eastern, I would forget. I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it. But with this, you know, this E3 in the sense, like I've been playing games behind the scenes. I'm ready to get back into it. I wanted the games I want to get into, that I want to get to before the end of the year. Like I want to finish. I want to get through a lot of the Trail series. I want to get through all the Yakuza games. I want to get through, even though I'm not heavily into it, because I want to get into Elden Ring, but I need to catch up to the lore of the Soulsborne series. So I got to play Sekiro. I got to play all the Dark Souls games. I'm going to catch up to that stuff. I'm going to put myself through all that torture. By the end of 2021, I want to get through all those games. I've missed a couple that I want to go. Oh yeah, the Mass Effect series. I want to get through a lot of stuff. I'm going to come back to streaming tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, videos that I know have been a little scarce. I know nobody cares. You'll just watch whatever I put out. No one cares about my frequency. But yeah, whenever things start picking up, let me know what games you guys want to see. I might make videos on Scarlet Nexus. That looks a lot of fun. Hopefully it's a good game. And then also Tales of Arise that comes out in September. That should also be a lot of fun. That being said, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.